It appeared without a sound, defying every known law of physics. The anomaly registered instantly across every deep space array.
Pilot reports a silent, overwhelming presence, unlike any known craft.
Zero thermal footprint, a truly impossible, cold machine. Within hours, the recovery teams were already mobilized and moving.
Entry granted into the restricted sector, miles below the surface. The impact zone revealed a precision beyond terrestrial capability. We deployed every protocol to contain the unknown contaminants.
A material that defied carbon dating a known atomic structure.
They saw a glimpse inside, something unsettling and profoundly unnatural.
Energy signature alone registered off every scale we possessed.
Symbols we had never seen. Language utterly alien to our world.
The wreckage was secured, wrapped in secrecy, and moved off-world. Day broke on a new era of classified, black site research. The highest levels of government initiated a deep and binding silence. Every potential witness vanished into the opaque folds of the state.
It was only a weather balloon and atmospheric disturbance.
The official story was manufactured and fed to a compliant world. Lives were erased. Histories rewritten. Truth was incinerated. Deep within the labs, the dissection of the impossible began.
The sheer coldness of the technology instilled both fear and wonder.
Self-healing alloys. A structural integrity we could only dream of.
They built a tomb and a testing ground for this formidable prize.
Trying to translate the physics, the language of a distant star.
A power source that could fuel a city, unleashed from the vacuum.
The core memory unit, the key to the entire vessel's operation.
It pulsed with a life that defied simple mineral classification. Every approach was cautious, riddled with apprehension and risk. The ship's defenses remained active, even in its damaged state.
The sightings were not isolated. The oceans held their own dark secrets. An intact vessel, lying dormant, awaiting a distant, silent call. A protective barrier, completely impervious to terrestrial intrusion. The government planned the silent, ambitious salvage of a second vessel.
A silent ghost, dragged from the crushing, lightless abyss. Swiftly contained, it was absorbed into the state's growing secret cache.
The sheer scale of the operation crushed any remaining disbelief.
Artifacts recovered globally, filed and cataloged under code names. Every move, every object, continuously monitored by an unseen eye.
The true history was whispered in shadows and recorded in private journals. The state's only priority: total, absolute, and permanent deletion.
This was not a single object. This was the birth of the Ghost Fleet.
Fleet was gathering, each craft a puzzle of impossible geometries.
A metamaterial that could shift and camouflage on a molecular level.
They struggled to interface, to comprehend the alien cognition.
Observation became obsession, a desperate race to harness the power. Internal space that expanded, folding dimensions within the hull.
Alien design fought back, a silent, sonic defense mechanism.
Reverse engineering was underway, creating our own dark shadows in the sky. Every terrestrial component, a pale, desperate imitation of perfection.
Fuel itself, an element unlocked, highly volatile, barely contained.
A liquid energy, the source of unimaginable propulsion and speed.
The record was older than history, etched into the deep earth. A biological trace, evidence of their presence centuries ago. The redacted truth confirmed. They were not simply machines. A cryostasis unit, holding the remnants of an alien crew.
A Caucasian male hand that had navigated star systems, now resting in human hands.
Their origin point was a constellation beyond our deepest telescopic reach. But one coordinate pulsed with a warning of immediate, hostile return.
Intelligence confirmed the worst. They were preparing to reclaim their vessels.
State prepared a defense, a war against an unimaginable adversary.
The time came to pilot the stolen ships, to unleash the Ghost Fleet.
Human hands on alien controls, a gamble of catastrophic proportions. The mind struggled to adapt to the velocity, the impossible maneuverability. The first ghost ship took the sky, a silent, dark allegiance.
A turn that would tear any conventional aircraft to pieces. The technology fought back, demanding a connection beyond the physical.
Our own Black Fleet was ready, a terrifying mirror of the enemy.
The sky was filled with shadows that left no trace, no memory. A momentary glimpse for a civilian, a vision the state could not suppress. The energy drain was massive, drawing from the planet's very power grid. One analyst risked everything to spill the contents of the black files. Final transfer initiated. The truth was about to find the light.
He knew the punishment for treason against the secret state.
The specialized retrieval team was already on its way to containment.
Data was hidden, a final act of defiance against the silence.
He was gone, but the evidence of the Ghost Fleet remained hidden.
Alien signal was detected, a beacon calling the rest of the fleet.
A message received, translated by the very machines they had seized.
The countdown was complete. The return was imminent and unavoidable.
Deep bases sealed themselves, preparing for the inevitable arrival. The Ghost Fleet took formation, the state's silent, stolen defense. They returned in force, a sky-shattering fleet of impossible scale. A demonstration of power, the opening move in a global conflict.
The Ghost Fleet met them, using their own technology against them.
Every pulse a desperate, chaotic gamble for human survival.
Collateral damage was inevitable, the cost of stealing their fire. Craft broke away, targeting the source of the technological theft.
The pinpoint target, the final resting place of their captured fleet. The impenetrable defense failed. The vault was breached.
The occupants were on the ground, seeking immediate and silent retrieval. The final defense line, human courage against overwhelming technology. Their physical integrity was beyond the reach of conventional warfare.
Electromagnetic fields rendered every human weapon obsolete instantly.
They were surgical, only taking the core elements of the stolen tech.
The core memory, the heart of the vessel, was the priority target.
Their mission was extraction, not annihilation. A chilling indifference.
Without its memory, the first ghost ship became an inert, empty shell.
Our stolen defense dissolved. The Ghost Fleet was taken back.
In a single, surgical act, the state's greatest secret was neutralized.
Retribution was complete. Their vessels were recovered, their silence restored. They left as quickly as they came, leaving a world changed and terrified. The tear in the veil closed. The cover-up began immediately again.
A massive, unexplained meteorological disturbance. The official denial was swift, practiced, and profoundly effective.
The physical evidence of the conflict was buried, erased from the surface. Every trace of the battle, human and alien, was rendered to ash. The stolen ships remained, empty monuments to the state's ambition.
Ocean secrets were returned to the deep, silent abyss.
But the true record, the undeniable proof, still lay waiting.
A single encrypted file, unlocking the entirety of the Ghost Fleet data.
The file was opened. The silence was finally, irrevocably broken.
The journalists began the impossible task, telling the world the truth. The first pages were printed. The signal was sent out to the world.
The global headline that forever changed the definition of history.
Disbelief turned to outrage.
Outrage turned to unavoidable confrontation.
The architects of the cover-up were finally held to a public account.
The shame was public. The secret was definitively extinguished.
The ships remained, silent reminders of the true nature of power. The technology of the state's ambition was returned to the public light.
But the truth only answered one question and opened a billion more.
The Ghost Fleet had vanished, but its terrifying story would forever remain. We are not alone, and the state has already taken its position for the return.